Guys, let's talk football. NFC South. And Michael, I guess we may as well start right there with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because with Tom Brady going there, that's going to be the biggest story all season long in football.
You start with the best team in the NFC South?
No. I said they're going to be the biggest story because Brady is there all year long.
And you're starting with you're starting with the best team.
Oh, that's what you're saying, huh?
That's basically what you're saying.
Really?
No,
wow.
I got Reggie fired up because of his Saints, baby. Hey, come on, man. You got Tom Brady. We saw what Tom Brady did up in New England. And granted, he had Bill Belichick. I love Bruce Arians. I think he is an incredible coach as well. Probably more of a player coach than Bill Belichick will ever be. But Tom Brady finally has 2,000-yard receivers on the same team. I mean, between Godwin and between Evans, two of the best receivers in the league, Pro Bowlers. He's never had that before. He has a defense that is incredible. You have the sack leader, 19 and a half sacks. Then you have JPP, you have Dominic Sue going back there, number 2 rush defense in the league. So I think as far as well-rounded, this is a well-rounded team. This is a team that was in every game last year, and not put it all on Jameis Winston, but you can't be in games and throw picks. You can't be down 14 points because you threw back-to-back picks in series. Those are mistakes that Tom Brady doesn't make. And I think with him now having these weapons offensively, the sky's the limit for Tampa if they can handle the pressure of having Tom Brady there, because this is going to bring the attention and the celebrity to Tampa that they have never had, not even during their Super Bowl winning year or the years that they were a good team. They've never had anything like they're about to experience with Tom Brady. If they can handle that, this team should and could win this division.
Wow. I like him a lot. I agree with you there. You know, another person you forgot, a weapon, O.J. Howard, tight end. This guy is a baller. He is somebody, he's going to become a celebrity in that town because Tom Brady is definitely going to get him the ball. I think remember Randy Moss went out to the New England Patriots, and he was with the Raiders before that, still toying around. And then he gets with the quarterback like Tom Brady, and his numbers skyrocket, has one of the most legendary seasons ever. I think that's what could happen here. This offense, if Tom is going to be able to do what I think he's capable of doing, it's going to be lighting up like a pinball machine. They are going to be the scoreboard. They're going to average 35 points a game. I don't know how you stop that if they can all get on the same page. Because now with everything that's going on, it is what it is. They just are they going to have that much time? They're going to be playing catch up now because they can't get out and practice together right now.
Yeah.
The question I have, and I guess I'll start with you, Reggie, about Tampa, is that we all, and look, I'm not saying it's not going to work. Don't get me wrong. But Tom Brady will be 43 years old next year, and Father Time is undefeated. He's with a new team. He's got a limited offseason. We've seen the last year and a half of the way he played in New England. It's not like he played 5 years ago. Now, was that lack of weapons or age catching up to him? But there seems to be so much that has to go right, Reggie, in order for this to be what Michael and a lot of people are expecting to be. Can it all go that right, or does it not all need to? I mean, is Tom Brady still Tom Brady, I guess is the question.
Well, listen, I think Tom Brady is still going to be Tom Brady. He's still going to work his butt off. He's still going to show up early and stay late. He's going to motivate the other guys on the team. So he's going to help this team a lot, especially from the mental side. And as you guys know, the mental side of the football game is the biggest side of the game. But at the same time, they got to be able to protect Tom Brady, because Tom Brady, he's not able to move around and scramble as much as maybe some of the other younger quarterbacks that they might have to face throughout the season. But at the end of the day, if they just simply protect the football, which Tom Brady does, that's going to equal success right away. And so to your point, Stray, and to your point, Tony, I do believe bringing in Tom Brady helps them tremendously, because Jameis Winston still threw a ton of football yards in this same offense where they turn over the ball 30 times as a quarterback.
Yeah, led the league in passing with over 5,100 yards. Your Saints, your former team, has won it 3 straight years. What about them?
I like what the Saints are doing so far in free agency. Obviously, we weren't going to be able to hold on to Teddy Bridgewater. Just the demand was going to be too high. We lost A.J. Klein at linebacker, which I think hurts us a little bit, and Eli Apple as well. But on the other side of free agency, we picked up Emmanuel Sanders, and you're giving Drew Brees another weapon. You're giving Mike Thomas another maybe cushion, another weapon that can take off some of the pressure from Mike Thomas, because all of the production at the receiver position has come from only Mike Thomas. So now you're giving him another weapon. You're giving him a guy who has Super Bowl experience, right? Veteran presence. That's going to help that football team, a team that's trying to make it to the Super Bowl. And then on the defensive side of the ball, we brought back Malcolm Jenkins. I was with him his rookie year in 2009. He was a big reason why we won the Super Bowl. He also won the Super Bowl in Philly. So you're bringing in two guys that have Super Bowl experience. And I like that because this is a team that can get to the Super Bowl. They just need the right pieces and the right leadership to help them get there.
And
Tony, what about your?
Go ahead. I think they have a window though, because Breeze is another guy. He's 41 years old. So they have a small window too, a 2-year contract, and I don't see it going any further than that. So if anybody needs to do it right now, it's these two teams we just talked about.
Yeah. Tony, what about your Falcons?
Well, you're looking at the moves they made in the offseason. I mean, losing Austin Hooper, tight end, losing Devontae Freeman, the running back, losing Vic Beasley, Desmond Trufant, but they also replaced it, though. I think they've done a good job at that. You bring in Dante Fowler and Hayden Hurst, tight end from Baltimore. I think that really, really is going to help them. And remember, Matt Ryan is still there. And Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley, those two could be the best duo. I know you talk about Mike Evans and Godwin out there in Tampa, but these two guys together, they're going to stake their claim as the best wide receiver duo out there in the NFL. So you're always going to be able to score points when you have a guy like Matt Ryan pulling the trigger in the backfield. It's the defensive side of the ball that is probably the most questionable. They still got Grady Jackson. To me, he's a top 5 defensive tackle. Like I said, Fowler coming over there, he's going to be able to get after the quarterback. They just got to stay healthy. Keanu Neal is one of the best safeties in the league, but he's been trouble for him to stay healthy. I like the Falcons, but in that division, those 3 teams that we're just talking about, it's really up. I'm going to say it's not up for grabs, meaning it's so weak. It's up for grabs because if any of these teams show up, they can go out there and beat the other team. So right now, honestly, I don't even know who's going to win this division.
But to me, the Falcons kind of seem stale. Like we've seen this before. Ridley,
you're not impressed the way they finished the season? 6 of their last 8.
What? Okay, let's finish strong. We have nothing to lose. Do it when you have something to prove, when you need to do it. Don't wait until you're out of it and be a spoiler for everybody. I mean, you have Julio Jones. You got a talent like that. This guy needs to win. I mean, you have that kind of talent. This guy deserves to win. That Super Bowl still upsets me to this day. And Ridley is an amazing player. So you have some great receivers. You have a great quarterback who can do it all. But they've been so inconsistent and, like you said, injured that this is the team that I'm kind of on the fence with, because I don't know if they really expect themselves to like win this division. They have to prove it a little bit more to me than the other teams do, because I look at the other teams with the Saints and Tampa, and I look at teams I think seem to be a little bit hungrier for.
Yeah. But here's one thing too that we forgot to talk about. At least I forgot to talk about is Todd Gurley coming over from the Rams.
Yeah.
If he can get back to what he was, even 80% of what he used
now you're talking.
But we don't know. That's the thing. We've been talking about his knee, what happened 2 years ago. He was an MVP guy. It just hasn't been the same over the last 2 years, and that's the reason why the Saints let him go. They owed him $7 million this year.
Rams.
And they didn't want to pay him. I mean, the Rams.
Yeah.
So, but if he can get out there, and I don't think they don't need too much from him, and you got a Calvin Ridley and you got Julio Jones, the defense is going to be soft. He could be able to go out there and make some hay coming out of the backfield. I think that's a great pickup, but it all remains if he can stay healthy.
The Panthers are a team that people think are rebuilding, but I don't know if you should write them off just yet.
I don't think you can write them off, but in this division for this year, I don't know if I'm actually putting them in the fray. Teddy Bridgewater, I love the fact that they picked him up. I don't think there's anybody who can say a bad word about that kid. Running back position, of course, with McCaffrey is solid. Kuechly retiring, Thomas Day, with Kuechly gone, I think that surprised a lot of people. And at the same time, I think he was a leader for that team and a big presence for that team. I think Cam Newton was a big presence for that team. I just think they lost a lot of personality. So this is the team I think is going to search for that personality to figure out who they are going into this next season. And not saying that they can't be a contender this year in this division, but I think it's going to be tough because the other teams really have some established players who understand where they want to go and how they can get there.
You do feel like they've got the building blocks to going forward in Teddy Bridgewater. Matt Rule has got a lot of people like Robbie Anderson, I think, was a pretty good pickup at wide receiver as well.
Yeah.
Along with McCaffrey and those guys.
For the best access, perspective, and personalities in all of sports, follow us at Fox Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.